I'm Dieter.
And I'm Kirsty.
And welcome to Win Some Loosemore, a channel dedicated to the hobby of board games.
So we've been doing updates each month of the games we've been playing and whether we've liked them, disliked them, etc, etc. So it is a new year. Oh no, it was a new year last time we did a video as well. But we are doing the January update this time.
Yes.
So we have played many a new game over January actually.
Quite a few. And
so let's tell you a little bit about them and whether we enjoyed them.
The day or the ones that we own first?
The day?
Yeah. We went to the board game cafe that we've mentioned before, Ludicrous, in Croydon for a friend's birthday.
Oh, we did that. Yeah.
So we played a few games there. But I've already introed that, so let's talk about the games we played there.
Alright.
We played Seven Wonders finally for the first time. We've got Seven Wonders Duel. We really like Seven Wonders Duel. It's one of your top games.
I think so, yeah, I love it.
But we'd never played the game that it was taken from,
which is the original Seven Wonders.
Seven Wonders for up to 7 players. We had 6 people. So nearly the full complement. And it's a card drafting game where you're passing hands of cards around and taking one each time to build your civilization for points and things. What did you think?
Well, in a way it's very similar to Seven Wonders Duel. In a way it's not at all like Seven Wonders Duel, which is not a helpful comment to make for you. I prefer Seven Wonders Duel. There is an attack component of the game that in Seven Wonders Duel works really well. The kind of combat component.
It's a push and pull, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a really good addition to the game. But in Seven Wonders, neither of us could really see the point in it.
At the end of each round, you just compare how much military you have compared to the people next to you, and you either win a fight that nobody started or you lose a fight that nobody started for points or minus points.
Yeah, and you could quite easily, at the beginning of the game, just go, shall no one start fights? And then it's part of the game that you don't have to worry about. And it just seems a bit pointless, and why is it there? And
I mean, it gives you interaction. Most card drafting games, beyond the physical passing, it doesn't matter what anybody else does. So at the very least, it makes you think, what's this person building, what's this person building? But I only built it in the last round.
And I never did it at all. And
I
came third
out of
6.
Out of 6. I won because the points get more valuable for each age. So I did it in the last one, beat the 2 people either side of me, and I won.
So it's just
that was the one bit we weren't so sure on.
But otherwise, it's fine. It's good. Seven Wonders in itself is a good idea.
We like drafting games, and it was one of the first. It introduced a lot of people to drafting. 1 or 2 had come out before, but Seven Wonders was the first popular one. So a lot of games owe it credit.
I don't think we have any intention of getting it.
No,
because we've got Seven Wonders Duel, and that suits us just
we've
fine.
Got Between Two Castles, Among the Stars, Tides of Time.
Other drafting games.
Yeah, other drafting games.
Meet that need.
We also played a silly-ish party game, Cash and Guns.
Terrible. Don't ever play Cash and Guns.
Is the opinion of Kirsty Loosemore, not the opinion of lots and lots of people who thoroughly enjoy it.
If you like it, that's fine.
Yeah, we're not party game type people, really, are we? Because we hate fun.
I learned that from my husband.
Yes.
I used to love fun,
she used
but now...
to love fun.
No,
it's just a bit silly. You've got foam guns, you point them at people, and you might stay and you might not, and it's fine. It's fine. I get why people like it. I do get why people like it. It just wasn't our kind of game. You hated it. Again, I won, so that probably softened my opinion of it.
It was stupid. Sorry, bear with me, I'm a little bit ill. If you ended up being the only one to survive around, you just took all the benefits.
Yeah.
Oh, was stupid.
That happened on the last round, that I just got all of the good stuff.
And the other people are just sat there like... It's just, there's no skill involved in it.
No.
That's why you won.
That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, there's just...
It's random luck. It's luck. It's luck. There's
Some people like it.
There's some choices in which goods you take if you're one of the few. Like, do you collect the art to get
But even then...
lots or just the cash? Like, yeah, it's silly. And if you know that and like that, I think you'll enjoy it. We won't ever look to play it again, but I would play it again if somebody else were to suggest it. You wouldn't.
No.
Speaking of never playing again.
Yeah. What
did we play next that I didn't even log? Computer's here telling us what we played. Didn't even log.
Codenames.
Oh yeah, no, not that. We did play that. Obama Llama.
You may have seen this. This is around quite a lot. You'll find it in like Waterstones.
Yes.
And you'll find it in John Lewis. Like, this is quite a popular game. And it's very much a party game. If you like wordplay, if you like being forced to perform, you might like this. I think a lot of people will like this. I get why a lot of people would like this.
So we're the opposite on this than Cash and Guns.
Yeah, probably.
I get why they'd like that. You don't. You get why people would like this. I was so uncomfortable.
It's all about rhyming couplets, but rhyming couplets that don't make any sense.
None whatsoever.
And it involves a little bit of acting. It involves a little bit of describing stuff. And you have to work out the rhyme. So, for example, Dieter, what was one of the things?
Jay-Z is in a tree.
Yes.
And you would have to...
act it,
yeah.
And your team would have to guess what you're trying to act. And they're very aware that whatever... If they guess Jay-Z, they're going to guess that the second bit rhymes with that. Anyway, not our favourite game.
And then if you win that round, you then get to do the flipping the cards on the table to try and find a match. So it's a memory game as well.
I didn't like that aspect. That's Snap, isn't it? It's not Snap. What's it called? Pairs. No. Anyway, we did play games this month we enjoyed as well.
Yes.
But we did play games we didn't enjoy.
Yeah. But Seven Wonders was good. I like Seven Wonders. That was good. Happily play that again. The other two, less fussed on. Obama Llama is now officially my least favourite game ever. Genuinely, I added it to my long list of all games I've ever played. It's at the bottom.
Where's Cash and Guns on that list?
Bottom third.
I see. What else did we play this month? Something that I've noticed also isn't on your list that we have played is...
Was it this month?
Fun Unemployed.
Fun Employed.
Oh, I always think it's unemployed. Fun Employed. So similarly, Dieter doesn't like it for the same reasons.
Forces you to perform. Fortunately, we were in a comfortable setting with only people we know. A board game cafe, there's lots of people. Being forced to perform in that setting is even more upsetting. But at least at somebody's house with people you know, and it's semi-structured because it gives you keywords that you have to work into your story, and storytelling is my training in performance and teaching and things. So it was less uncomfortable.
More uncomfortable for me because it's very spontaneous. You have to think on your feet. Think on your feet. Be creative and just get into a character and go with it. And I hate that. I'm not very good thinking on my feet, and it was just awful. I hated the pressure of, okay, now make something up.
And you're supposed to not be able to see the cards until you say them. You just flip them over and you have to immediately incorporate them. We started looking at them to plan because...
if you've ever seen the TV show Whose Line Is It Anyway, where it's all improvisation stuff, it's like that.
If it works, it's hilarious.
So I really enjoyed
being
spectating the game, because so Dieter is trained in acting, and so he was very good at like spinning a story and getting into character, and it was very funny, and I enjoyed watching that. But when it came around to me again, I just died inside a little bit. I was like, why are people looking at me, and why do they expect me to come up with some hilarious story on the spot?
But again, a lot of people will enjoy it.
Yeah, so
not a bad game, not a game for us.
Yes.
Is the theme of today's video.
Continuing that theme, Shot and Totten.
Oh gosh, yeah, Shot and Totten.
We promise we like
good games are coming. Good games are coming. And Shot and Totten.
Has a great name.
Great name, great theme. It's just Scottish people battling. That's hilarious. It's literally the tagline is "Kill or be kilt."
Excellent. So they should win awards for Shot and Totten and
Kill or be kilt.
Yeah, and that's it.
And it's from the same designer as one of our favourite games, Lost Cities, which, check out the video.
We like Lost Cities.
Really good, really fun, tense game. Played that the other day, but that's coming up in the next update because it was technically in February. And again, just remembered how much fun it is, that tension of which side do I play the cards on. Now, Shot and Totten...
That's what Lost Cities.
Yes. Shot and Totten is very similar. Very similar. Came out the same year even, I think. Or within a year or so of it. But it's a broader board. Lost Cities, there's only 5, and it's 1 to 10 on each side. In Shot and Totten, there's 9 locations.
I think so.
And you only put a maximum of 3 cards there, and the maths behind it is interesting. It's basically mini poker hands, and if you win that one, the marker stone moves towards you, and if you either get 5 of the 9 or 3 in a row, 3 consecutive, that's the ones. Is that the word? I don't know. Next to each other, you win.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I didn't mind it. I was okay at it. But there wasn't much to it, and you hated it.
Yeah, I just didn't enjoy it, and it's kind of as simple as that. There's too many things that you can do.
Yeah, it lost the tension because there's so many.
But there's too many spaces you can play, and it's just rubbish.
Now, it does come with an expansion in the box, these tactic cards which add a bit more to the game, which we haven't played with. We may enjoy it if we play it with those. We can only find out.
Yeah.
But just the base game as it was.
Our first play wasn't a great
get
game.
Lost Cities.
Yeah.
Lost Cities does a similar thing, but way better. Way better.
Should we talk about some games we enjoyed?
So, we played Keyforge because we always play Keyforge.
Oh, we love Keyforge.
I've taught a couple of people Star Realms. That's been fun. I was taught Jaipur, which is fine. You've played that before.
Yeah, I've played that
Interesting
before.
little 2-player game.
Yeah. About materials, isn't it?
Trading things, camels and cloth and gold and stuff. Again, I'd happily play it again.
Yeah.
Not in a rush to buy it.
Yeah. That's a 2-player game.
That's a 2-player only game. Now both of us got a biggish game, and both of us got a smallish game this month. Let's get on to games we actually want to talk about.
Yeah.
Do you want big or small first?
Let's go with big.
Big. So the big game of the month and maybe the year for a lot of people is Wingspan. So this is.
There we go. Maybe we'll edit that out.
Nope. Wingspan is is a game from Stonemaier Games, people that make Scythe, Viticulture, a lot of the big games. This is an engine building games about attracting birds to your nature preserve. Technically, it's collecting birds in your aviary is the wording in the rule book, but nobody agrees with that because it's not. It's a park essentially.
Yeah.
The player board. It's an engine builder. You get cards which make your 4 actions better, to get more cards, to make those actions even better, and you're feeding birds and using their abilities, and it's incredibly well produced. It is incredibly well designed. The birds have abilities that make sense with the type of bird that it is. If it's a bird of prey, its ability is, you look at the top card, if it's a small bird, its wingspan is this small, you tuck it under because it's eaten that bird because it would.
Super thematic. Super.
So clever.
Never.
And they lay eggs, and they have different types of nests which could score points.
They live in different kind of environments.
Oh, it's very well designed, and there are 170, I think, unique bird cards with individual art, and the art is incredible. It is all this quality, you know. If you think this isn't great quality, I
we disagree.
I will fight you. Not physically, because I'll lose, but I will give you a word battle.
I think the thing about Wingspan is just that it's lovely.
It is lovely.
Now there are things that we have, you know, we're not completely sold on, or we're not like super excited about it, but it's a lovely game, and it's really designed well. As in, components are designed well, and so things just look.
It looks lovely. There is
nice.
a dice tower that is a little bird feeder, and it just looks lovely. The production's incredible, and you can play it with anyone.
Yeah.
Like, no one is going to be offended by this theme. Like space, you either like space or you don't. Fantasy, you either like fantasy or you don't. All sorts of other things, but hey, birds doesn't excite us.
No.
But you play it and you just spend your time looking at the cards because it's lovely.
Your dad. Oh, it was wonderful. Dieter's dad, after the game, just sat with the whole deck of cards. He'd lost
by a mile.
Sat with the whole deck of cards and just went through one by one and showed us each one. Oh, look at that one!
And he doesn't, as far as I know, he doesn't care about birds. As far as I know, maybe he does now. He's getting old. Maybe he
now he's played the game.
Oh yeah,
he's a bit fanatic.
It's yet to be great fun.
Yes, so this is where we're a little bit reticent. Is that good?
Reticent.
Oh, there we go. Hesitant to, I don't know. This is where.
Let's keep saying words.
Yeah, it's lovely,
It really
and that
is.
really is it.
And as far as
fun.
anyone knows, this is
fun.
the designer's first big design.
Okay.
Like, this is Elizabeth Hargrave. Hasn't had a game published before. So for a first design, this is incredible work.
Very popular.
Incredible work. The art is incredible. The production and the development by Stonemaier Games is incredible. It is so good. The solo mode works. It works well. The gameplay is super smooth, super easy. The mechanics just make sense. Everything is really, really good. A lot of people are touting this as the best game of the year, even though it's only January when it came out. It's not even out in most places.
And you play a game of it, and it's fine. But with some games,
and clever,
you play a game of it,
the thinking.
and at the end, you're still excited by the game. But with this, you're not.
Well, we haven't been. Lots of people are.
Yes. Yes, we should put a disclaimer on the screen that just goes, these are our opinions. Yes. Shall I talk about my game?
So lovely game. Happily teach anybody it.
Take a look at it, especially if you're interested in birds, because you might be impressed.
Yeah. What have you got? What's your big one?
My big one, which I mentioned last time, but we hadn't yet played, I believe, is Tolkien.
Mayan calendar.
Yes, the Mayan calendar. So with this, the board is made up of cogs.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they're called?
Cogs.
Cogs. And so after each round, essentially, they move, and the different cogs move in different directions, obviously, because they're intertwined, which changes the production of things. So it's essentially a resource management,
worker placement
game, but just with this really unique mechanism that we've not seen anywhere else.
No, time is utilised. You
Yes.
put something on the lowest area, and then it's how many turns do I wait? Maybe I have to pull it back because you have to either place workers or take them back. And if you've used them all, you have to take one of them back, and that may screw up your plans because you're waiting on all of it. Like,
But also, you don't want to wait. You want to wait to the
Best
highest
things.
point. But if you wait one turn too long,
it will kick you off.
you've lost. There was no point in waiting at
Yeah.
all. You've lost everything. So, really interesting. We've only played it once so
And we
far.
got a lot wrong.
Yes, it takes a lot of learning.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
the
it's
most
gonna be-
complex game we've got.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the first game, despite it
everything,
being a
yeah.
bit of a learning
Yeah.
game and a bit slower than it would have been.
Yeah,
And I'm looking forward to playing it again.
good.
So far, I mean, we will probably talk about this more once we've got to grips with it. But so far, it's a good game as far as I'm concerned.
Good value as
And
well. I'm not going to tell you how much it was your present,
okay.
but it's good value.
And also, the theme is quite nice, just because, again, it's a little bit different.
Interesting.
It's not space, it's not aliens. I'm happy it's not wheat.
There's corn.
There's yeah, actually it's not.
Feed your people.
It's not
Get your
farming.
corn. There's some.
So, yes, that's talking.
Talking.
So,
Slightly smaller, but also worker placement. Architects of the West Kingdom. I've been excited about this since it came out last year. At one time, worker placement was our most frequent mechanic across our games. It might still be, but we've cleared a couple of out since then. And they're relatively samey in how worker placement works. You have 3, 4, 5 workers, however many it is, you put them out for one round, you take their actions, and then you bring them back.
yeah, there is only so many ways that you can.
Charterstone changed that slightly with the bumping. I know it didn't invent it, but you place it and you can then replace it, and so you get that one back anyway, and so it changes it a little bit. This one changes it again, and I really like how this changes it. You've got, I'm going to get this wrong now, 15 or 20 workers, and that's massive. But there aren't rounds in the same sense as typical worker placement games. You just put out a worker. That's what you do. Your entire go is you put out a worker. But most of the spaces are cumulative. So the first time you go there, there's one of your people there, so it gives you one. And we're back. First time you go there, you get the one of the thing. Next time you go there, there's now 2 of your people there, so you get 2 of the thing. And so every time you go there, you're building that space, it makes it more valuable for you, but then opponents can then go to another spot, or you can if you see an opponent building up power in one place, and capture all of their workers in that area, which is really fun, really clever, and is... So there's a category of mechanics, I suppose, I don't know how to really phrase this, but called take that, which generally people don't like. So I want to do this thing and somebody just jumps in and goes, haha, you can't because I've done this to you. Take that, haha, not bad. And it's almost one of those, like, oh, I'm doing really well here, but then somebody does this action which screws you up. But it's not quite that, because you're seeing it coming. You anticipate it. You know if you put more than 4 or 5 people there, someone's going to take your people. And so that's clever. There's a couple of tracks. There's the virtue track, which is really nice as well. The higher up you go, the more points that you're going to get. but the fewer things that you can do. You can do
Yeah.
some of the good things, like building the
Yeah.
cathedral and all the nice stuff, but if you go low down on the virtue track, you can then
use the black market.
use the black market. You don't pay tax, so you don't spend as much money. Like, there's benefits to both sides. It's just you're going to get plus points on the good side, minus points on the bad side, but you can accrue in-game points quicker if you're on the bad side. So it's
but if you're on the bad side, you can't build the cathedral and stuff.
So it balances it out really nicely. Now, we've only played this as 2. It feels like it would be better with more people.
How many people does it go to?
5?
No.
It doesn't say on the box. It's strange when a game doesn't say it on the box. I think 5.
Should we count the people?
That's not how it works. But yeah, really enjoyed this. I think with more people we'd enjoy it even more because that interaction will matter more. And then to the smallest game, yours.
Yeah, just wait a second. Yeah.
Little health break.
Sorry.
It's the last game.
This is one you may be very familiar with, but slightly different. So, this is Ticket to Ride New York. Now, Ticket to Ride is a very popular game. It's used a lot for introducing people to games. So, what we call gateway games. And this, we've played Ticket to Ride a couple of times. I mean, you've played it more than I have. And it's a good game, it's fun.
It is.
Now, Ticket to Ride New York is a 2-player
I'm
version.
going to get bored.
Now, it does more than 2-player, doesn't it?
2 to 4.
2 to 4-player. But Ticket to Ride, the normal game, doesn't do 2.
It does.
Does it, but
It's just
badly.
naff because the board is huge. It's a normal, what you would imagine like board game boards to look like, and so there's just so many places. There's no interaction. It's super easy to achieve your things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
And a normal game of normal Ticket to Ride would be 40 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour.
Yeah, something like that. But this,
So this is much more compact.
this is the New York board.
Yes, so it's much smaller. So for a 2-player, you cross over quite quickly, which is necessary to create interaction
And tension.
and tension. It lasts 10 to 15 minutes
super
rather
quick.
than. And I love a short game. A game that requires thinking, requires strategy, but is only 10 15 minutes long is my kind of game.
Which is interesting because we end up spending about the same amount of time playing games because you can play it 2 or 3 times, and we did.
Yes, yeah.
We're like, oh, this is great, this is really quick, let's do it again, let's do it again, let's do it again. Whereas a normal 45-minute game, you play once and go, cool, that's it, we're done. So we played about the same amount of time. We played it 3 times, I think. At least twice. So it was at least half
So we
an
first
hour
played it
twice.
at the UK Games Expo
Yes.
last year. You may have seen it in our little video clip. It kind of features a family playing this.
Yep.
And I was really impressed because usually if someone would say, oh, should we play Ticket to Ride, I'd be like, yeah, fine, okay. So I didn't have very high expectations for this. I thought it was yeah. But it was really good, and it adds something extra as well to
Oh,
the
the
board.
tourist spots, you mean?
Yes, the tourist spots. So here, these places are tourist spots in New York, and if you go there, you gain the extra points.
Because in normal Ticket to Ride, there's points for the longest route. But when the board's this big, it doesn't matter. That wouldn't be satisfying. So they've got rid of that rule and included this tourist attraction thing. What do they call it? Sightseeing? No, I can't think what it's called.
No, actually.
But yeah, you get a point for every one your route touches along the way.
Yeah. Also, in the usual Ticket to Ride, it is about trains. That's what it's about. This, because it's New York, there are trains. Trams. And
No.
subway. Isn't it tram, subway and taxi?
It's just taxi and bus, I think.
No,
Look at the box.
because that's
Taxi and
what the
bus.
colours are.
No, it's not.
Bear with us. It's just taxi and bus.
Because taxi is the colourless one, isn't it? And the physical pieces are taxis. This is why we're getting confused.
I'm sorry.
Let's get the cards.
Get the cards. Oh, another little thing, we'll go back to this in a second, but another little thing is that the rule book is a travel pamphlet, which is just a really lovely touch.
Bus. They're all buses, apart from the colourless ones, which are taxis. It's just different routes. You're disappointed now, aren't you?
I'm really confused. Where have I got this subway and stuff from?
Don't know.
Okay. Anyway,
The rule book.
It is as decent. Yes. So this is
Like
like a little travel pamphlet, which is lovely touch.
got the map. Are we checking the same thing?
Maybe. Anyway, Dieter's probably right. Buses and taxis.
Yeah.
We've heard rumour
Yes.
that Ticket to Ride London is going to come out at some point, so that will be interesting to see how
Tourist attraction.
they do it.
Yeah. Probably be quite similar to this one. Or
But maybe
similar.
they've included the underground, because that's what I want.
But there is an underground game. But maybe, we'll see. We don't know. So, what's coming up?
What is... Are we not still talking about things we played?
We've done everything.
Oh, crazy. Oh, yeah, because it was February.
Yeah.
What's
coming
what is coming up? We bought a few new games. Is that what you mean? So we'll be playing those. Know what you mean? Are you meaning what's coming out?
No. What? Yeah. What? I'm just trying to think. There's only one that I can think of that we bought. Trying to think what's happening.
You've bought another one on.
Have I?
You've pledged for or something.
Oh, Shipwreck Arcana. Yes, a Kickstarter, but that won't be till the summer. I imagine that comes out. We bought Sagrada.
Yes, which is about stained glass windows.
Yeah.
So again, nice that it's a random
Different
theme. It's a dice rolling game. We quite like dice rolling games, I think, generally. It's strategy-ish.
It's light. It's a very simple game.
It's really good.
With a nice little puzzle.
We played it.
We'll show you that next time. It's fine. That's coming up next month. Sagrada. That's probably about it.
I really want to play a bit more Friday. I love Friday.
You can do that in your own time. It's a solo game. Do it whenever you want.
Okay.
Whenever you want.
I will.
Oh, well up.
Terrible video.
Thank you for bearing with us if you're still watching, if anybody is. Hello.
We love you.
We're going to go. Do keep paying attention to what we're doing because we're interesting, right? Facebook, there's a page. Twitter, at WSumElmore. There's an Instagram. Like, share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I think we just need to go.
We do.
We're going a bit.
This is you're going a bit.
Yeah.
Yes. So we will see you again next month for our February update. Hopefully, we'll be a little bit more concise and composed, and a little bit better.
Yeah.
Blame it on the illness.
Yeah.
So yes, do comment if you want us to talk about anything particular. Hopefully that's board games. We're gonna go. Bye-bye. Bye.